is a Bramble Jam podcast.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Decom Descendants.
I didn't know what to do with that.
I didn't either.
It's cowbells.
Well, we
It's
cover
cowbells.
all of the Disney Channel original movies is what you could have done.
Yep.
You didn't do that. You just started with a big move. Cowbells Week, y'all.
Cowbells Week.
It is a beautiful moment of a video where Dan and I are just.
What is happening?
I thought that you
In
guys
show prep, we
understood
said,
me.
But no.
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 There are weeks where I do think I get you, and today's not one of them.
Well, nah.
Sorry about that.
Sounds like a
Sorry,
you. Sounds
bro.
like a you problem.
No, it's a me problem, and that's fine.
It's
Oh,
great.
it's a you problem, Brandon.
A me problem. Get out of here. No way. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Decom Descendants. What is it, Dan?
It's a little show where we review all the Disney Channel original movies. And the fun thing about that is
What?
you two are DCOM apologists. You just tend to defend these movies to the hilt because you watch them when you were kids. I ain't
Yeah.
never seen any of them.
Troy Bolton could do no wrong.
That's right.
Shout out Troy Bolton. I've never seen him, and so that's what makes this fun, or that's what the kids are saying. That's what the reviews are saying, Brian. We got a 4.9 out of 5.
Yep.
If you leave us Apple reviews until we get to 300, then we got to watch some of these theatrical joints, which I'm mixed on. You don't have to do that if you don't want to, but we do have some new reviews. 6 days ago from Laura Marjorie, just 5 stars, House Honeycrisp. Shout out to that Apple bit from a while back.
But I don't recall it, but I love it.
And then Alyssa Tom, Thom, Alyssa Tom, said, a very happy late 90s kid. As a late 90s kid, I have been not so patiently waiting for these guys and gal to cover what Bran very correctly called the golden age of DCOMs, and the High School Musical episode did not disappoint. So happy to have found some fellow kindred souls and Dan that really appreciate and love these movies. Consider me locked in for the rest of this journey.
Wow.
I
How
love
about
that.
that?
There you go,
Souls
Alyssa Tom.
And
And Dan. That's right.
That's exactly right.
do you
This
remember that
could've been
review we
called
got
that.
early on that was like, Brandon and I are having a great time, and Dan's just there.
That's right.
Yeah.
If
That's how
I
I feel about most days.
And Dan's just there.
if I stopped every time I was called soulless or insufferable, I would have never started.
Yeah.
You never would leave your house again.
That's right. Never stop, never stopping.
We're excited to be talking about Cowbells today, the Allie and AJ classic.
Who?
And oh my gosh. You know better than that. You know better than to do this with me today.
Of all sacred days.
Of all sacred days, Cowbells, Allie and AJ Day, you come in
Cowbells,
here
Allie, and AJ Day.
acting like you don't know them.
Like you don't know.
It's time for Delish. Aaron, every week you bring a themed snack
Because
that
we
goes
wouldn't be able
along.
to spell decom without it.
That's right. A
Yeah.
themed snack or drink or something that we can consume
something
and
hopefully
enjoy that
delicious.
is thematically related to the movie that we're watching. Today's Cowbells.
It's thematically for you lay people.
What do you got?
This week I have a hazelnut yogurt cupcake.
Say what now?
So I will say this, Aaron.
Oh, you lost Brand so quick
I know,
when you said
I know,
yogurt.
I know.
am-
I almost wanted to be like, can you just try it and I'll tell you what it
You
is.
should have said a
after.
hazelnut cupcake.
I'm
I know.
quite concerned by this.
Yeah, there's a little bit of yogurt in the glaze.
Okay.
Oh, I think you're gonna love it, Brand.
Okay.
I think you're gonna love it.
Tell us about it.
So it's basically like a vanilla cupcake. There are chopped, Hot Publix did me dirty this week. Hot Publix does not sell hazelnuts. Any other kind of nut in any sort of variety you can think of.
We're gonna get
and
real
they've got
inside
that.
baseball. Did you check both in the produce section and on the nut aisle? Okay, just making
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
But that doesn't surprise me. But I've been fooled before by going just to the nuts aisle, and the produce section has a bunch.
I checked the specialty nuts in the
Yeah.
produce section.
Well, and I'll just say this. This doesn't surprise me. As somebody who would put hazelnut as the least hot nut,
It's
doesn't
the-
surprise me.
Hazelnut for me would be like up there as
It's
hot
the
nut.
least
hot nut.
hottest nut.
No, it's not a hot nut.
Yeah, no.
It's not a hot nut.
Not
It's-
a top
it's a
10
delicious
hot
nut?
No.
It is okay.
Okay, whatever.
Hot Publix only has hot nuts.
That's
So that's what you need to know about
and
that.
maybe I just love like a chocolate, like a Nutella.
I'm not
or
even a
like,
big Nutella guy.
See,
Yeah.
that's a me
Yeah.
thing. Anyway, so
You don't like Nutella, Bryn?
I don't.
Okay, there you
that's
have
fair.
it. I'm fine with it. It's just not mine.
I would put it on almost anything.
Yeah, that's my kid. My kid is all about. He has a Nutella sandwich for dessert almost every night.
I guess I would say I'm
Sometimes
more.
I feel like I'm related to your kids. When you talk about like their love of cereal and Nutella, it's like, am I related to that?
Nutella sandwich.
Yeah.
You should come over at 7 for dessert at our house where Ray just eats a Nutella sandwich every night. And then you just pop in, you're like, is it Nutella sandwich time? And you just eat one. And you're
It
like,
would
this is
blow
great.
his mind if I walked in and was like, Nutella sandwich time?
But Sarah, like, as you can imagine, like toasts, does a full bit for the Nutella sandwich, which is crazy.
Anyway, so I pulled a little bit of an audible because it was like, you can go to Woodruff Road and go to Target. And I said,
Nah.
no, I won't.
That's the rest of my day.
Yeah,
Omaha.
I mean, it was already like, I wasn't doing that.
I'm having a hard time with them.
I know the paper
Paper's really
isn't
on
really
it.
papering.
I can do this.
And anyway, so they had dark chocolate with hazelnuts.
Okay.
And so I decided to just get that and chop that up instead.
I love it.
So there's dark
Looks
chocolate.
great. The
There's dark
presentation's
chocolate
wonderful.
with hazelnut in the muffin cupcake. Sorry. And then there's like a yogurt glaze on top, which is
I love how you said muffin. Sorry,
I know.
Sorry, cupcake. It is the same thing.
Yeah.
It's the same. You're good.
And just for the ratio for you, it's like a cup of powdered sugar and like a tablespoon or two of yogurt.
No, yeah, he's gonna be fine with just a glaze.
It's
there.
delicious.
Yeah, that's why they
now
call
that
it the
you've
delish.
tried it, there is yogurt in the cupcake too.
Yeah.
I thought I could taste something demonic.
But yeah, I mean, I ate several last night because I've never made a yogurt cupcake, and I was like, oh.
And the tie-in here is
They have a dairy
Cowbell's
factory,
Dairy Farm
and they make yogurt
factory,
there.
yes.
that's exactly right.
There you
So
have
that
it.
was the tie-in. Yeah, I don't know. We could have also just done this recording after lunch and just used your smoothies as
We could have.
the delish.
Our
but
hands are tied.
our hands are tied. We already pushed this back more than we normally do. So
That's right. Delicious. Very well done. Let's take a break. We'll come back. We will talk about cowbells. We'll walk through it. We'll
I'm
share
gonna
our
text
thoughts and all
Caitlin
that
that
stuff.
brand ate yogurt.
Here on Decon
He's just
Please
growing.
don't
He's a
do
growing
it. Please
boy.
don't do it. Welcome back, everybody. Decon
2025, the list of foods you have tried and eaten
Guys.
has grown.
I'm
The fact that we're impressed by this is so ridiculous.
No, I'm so proud of him.
He's 32, not 16. Like it's
it. So
Just
you just
me-
want
I think you're- I think you're doing a
Dan,
great
you
job.
want people to never grow.
I want you to try it just because you're a grown ass man,
Okay. Well,
not just because.
Oh,
I just
man.
it's okay for people to be late bloomers.
to the food game.
I know. I just don't think we should be
you remember
proud that Brand stomached a yogurt cupcake.
I'm proud that he tried it.
I'm never going to be proud of you for anything ever again, Dan.
That's fine.
Do you guys remember that beautiful day
Have you
last
ever been proud
December?
of me? Sorry, go
Yes,
ahead.
I'm proud of you all the time.
For what? Name me one thing.
I'm proud of I'm proud of how I feel like you've really grown over the past few years.
Oh, okay.
Just in lots of different ways.
In lots of different ways.
That we don't need to talk about on this show.
It's a
But
vague pride from Brand.
well, we don't need to get into it. But I am very proud of you.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Aaron.
I was saying, do you remember that time in December where we had to get on like an early morning flight on a Thursday to go down to New Jersey?
Mm-hmm.
And something happened on the car ride to the airport, and we decided just to declare it Brand's Day. And he tried so many foods that day. Like, he just had an amazing day. And I'm just like, I just remember that, like, because like we went out to that fancy. We went for
I
the
just
cheesesteak,
recently told you that I
and
was
he
proud of you
tried-
for the show, the Breakfast in Hell, and how you're recording it by yourself. I just said that.
That's true.
And
You're
that
right.
is something that you should be able to do as a professional podcaster.
Yeah.
But that doesn't stop
Yeah.
me from
That's
being
right.
proud of you.
That's true. That's true. But also, still not the same.
It's the same. Cowbells originally aired on the
we
Disney
still
Channel.
doing that?
There's
on,
We're still going to com chat?
March
That's what C
24th.
is.
March
Decom
24th,
com
2006.
chat.
Not for cowbell.
No.
Okay.
It was directed by Francine McDougal.
All right, Francine.
You know Francine from Go Figure.
Did Stu come back and write another one?
Stu did. Stu
Yeah.
Krieger's back. Matt Dearborn is the other writer of this
All
movie.
right, Matt.
Starring Allie and Amanda
Amanda.
Mashaka. You might know her as AJ.
They have a new album coming out.
Great. Michael Trevino, Jack Coleman, Sheila McCarthy,
We love her.
Christian
Sure.
Serratos,
Mhm.
Yeah.
Susie Crabgrass, if you will.
Yeah.
Theme music by Ali and AJ. Are we ready to dive in?
Let's do it.
The movie kicks off with teenage Taylor, who is very cool, very fashionable, very hip. And she is cool, she is calm, she is collective as she is trying to get her driver's license. She's almost too cool, calm, and collective for the person who is the driver's guy. You know, the driver's guy?
Yeah.
You guys know him?
The driver's ed teacher.
But it's not really a teacher because she's taking a test.
She's taking the
The
test.
driver's so it's not driver's ed. I'm sorry.
It's like the DMV.
The DMV guy.
The DMV guy. That's exactly right.
I almost just died.
Taylor has a sister. Her name is Courtney. They are very close, and Taylor and Courtney are very rich. Their dad, Reed, runs Callum Dairy.
I mean, how could you not be rich running a dairy supply
They do yogurt. They do milk, etc.
in River City?
Yep.
You know the place.
And,
Right here in River City.
Yeah.
It's a big deal. And he is worried that his daughters are spoiled, that they aren't very good with
Has anything
responsibility.
happened so far in the first 3 minutes of this movie to give you that impression?
Well, a few things do happen.
Okay.
I will say Dad is worried that they're spoiled and also gives her new car
Yeah.
at the same time. So that's
Yeah,
tough.
it's
But
tough.
And I can't believe she didn't learn that lesson from those actions.
I know.
That's right.
She doesn't know how to drive stick, so she heads to the cow area where Super Hunk Jackson is there to
dairy
teach
farm?
her. No,
The farm?
no, the cow spot.
Here in the big city, we call farms
The cow spot.
cow
animal
spot.
name area.
Yeah, it's the cow
That's
area.
the chicken area over there.
That's right. That's exactly right.
There's a goat area out there in Anderson, isn't there?
There's Super Hunk Jackson is there. He's
Yeah.
going to teach her how to drive stick. But as they're driving, they need to stop and check on the pregnant cow.
Martha.
Martha. Shout out Martha. And
Shout out.
she does
Shout
not.
out to Martha.
Shout out Martha. And she does not put on the parking brake. And so the truck rolls into the water. Dad is not pleased. He says, What do I look like? I got a money tree in the backyard? I mean,
Yes.
kind of.
Yes.
Yes, you do
Yeah.
look like that.
Yeah.
The next day, things get worse. They leave the stove on with a worrying flame. It is very high.
Yeah.
It is a very high
It's a
flame.
big flame.
For the size of the pot they're trying
It's a
to
high.
cook
It's
with,
a high.
Yeah.
it's too high of a
Yeah.
flame. But then they throw a towel
yeah, no problem.
onto the stove.
Yeah, let's make matters worse.
Mm-hmm.
And it does start a fire. The house doesn't burn down, but the kitchen's not in good shape. And Dad has had it.
That's it. It's the last straw.
He tells them that he is going to make them go work at the dairy factory while he goes to an undisclosed location where they will not be able to reach
to
him.
do business
I'm sure it is
without
fine.
reception
Yes.
or internet
Sometimes
or anything.
When you're a big business boy, you need to go to undisclosed locations.
you need to leave your
occasionally.
14 and 15-year-old daughters
Home
alone
alone.
with a housekeeper to go to an undisclosed location where you cannot be reached by phone or email or internet of any kind. That's what
That's
big business boys do.
That's responsible parenting.
Yeah, yeah.
That's right. So they show up for work, and it is an absolute disaster. They're spilling stuff. They're ruining tubs of yogurts. They're doing a full I Love Lucy bit here on the line. It's bad news.
I
all
just
the way around.
realized that this place he went to also doesn't have just telephone lines.
Doesn't have anything.
This movie
You
is
won't be able to
fixed
reach him.
if he can be reached via
Anything.
telephone
Yeah.
in 2006.
Yeah.
That's insanity. It's moving. Sorry, it's moving on my list. Go ahead. Back to you, Brent.
Well, there's this also because they mentioned that the business partner bought this vacation for him, and I can
It's a vacation. It's not business.
I think it's a vacation.
He went on vacation without his kids by himself.
He's in the scene where he's leaving. He's wearing a Hawaiian
That
shirt.
is true.
I assumed it wasn't a business trip because they
Well,
make
sometimes you go on business trips to
Well,
nice
they make a
islands
comment
I'm
about-
just trying to figure out if he's a bad father or the worst father.
But they make a comment about the business partner, which we'll come back to later, buying this trip for him. And I just feel like if either one of you came up to me and you're like, Aaron, we bought you this all-inclusive, trip. You deserve it. By the way, no one's going to know where you are and no one can reach you until you get
No one
back.
can reach you.
I don't know if I'm going on that trip.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Like,
a
it's
weird
tough.
trip.
It's tough.
It just sounds
He's-
like
you know,
you
he
don't
is-
want me to come back.
I feel like you trust us, but I don't know if you trust us that much.
You know, he's
That's a
going
I
through a
big-
tough
trust you pretty
time.
far, but that's
That's a big level of trust.
big
That's
level
a
of
big like.
no one can know where you are
That's
and
right.
no one can reach you.
Yeah,
exactly
not by phone. Your cell service just won't work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is what it is. So
it sounds
all-
like I should pretend to go on that trip and then just quietly leave South Carolina.
Oh, that'd be
Oh,
sad.
womp womp.
Why are you leaving?
If one of you is trying to murder me on a remote island, like I think
Yeah.
it's in my best interest to
That's fair.
hide,
It's fair.
to go into hiding.
I thought we were friends.
Well, I did too, but
I
they
In
thought
this
we were
scenario,
friends.
Bran, in this scenario where we have
tried to kill me.
purchased her a murder vacation.
I wouldn't do that. You know that.
But different than a murder mystery island.
Yeah,
That's
Mystery
different.
Island,
This is just
different.
murder island,
this
and
is
I don't want to
Murder
go
Island.
there. But murder mystery island.
Aaron,
talk
upon
to me.
seeing Murder Mystery Island, where 2 people have actually died, it's like I'd still go.
I'd still got a murder mystery.
And
out.
that was just people she doesn't know. So if
Well,
we told
you-
her to go to a
I
murder
would
play
mystery,
the
she's in.
odds there.
She's in.
The odds are pretty good that you won't be the one that dies.
Yeah,
They're pretty good.
I'm not interesting enough
pretty
to be
good.
murdered.
There's definitely
There's
is
still
a
like
chance.
5 or 6%.
Definitely is a chance. that
5
you
out
would
of
die.
100, you're dead.
Yes.
But also, if we do remember murder mystery, I wasn't invited to that trip, so it doesn't matter if I would
Okay.
be in or not. You guys told me I couldn't go.
That's right. That's true. We had to spend all of our money renting the place. So
Yeah.
I'm
true.
sorry.
So I didn't
That's
get to
true.
go.
Not
So
invited.
I guess my consolation prize is going to just Murder Island.
That's right. Just
yes,
murder
you go to
vacation.
Murder Island. Next
Different.
best thing.
Next best thing.
So all of the employees at this at the dairy place are
Is that next to the cow place?
yes, it is. So they think that these teenage girls are stuck up. They don't think they can do their jobs.
can't.
They are slowing them down. We don't know why they're around. So the next
They don't.
day.
They should
It's also pretty illegal that they're
Yeah.
working the line.
Yeah, it's not great. The next day they get bad news. All the money's gone.
All the paychecks have bounced.
The money is gone.
Mm-hmm.
And
Gone. There's nothing we can do.
we don't know
Gone.
why. Business partner Bob thinks that maybe their dad stole the money.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Bob shows up just on the floor of the factory in full like coat, hairnet, and he's just like, it's almost like it would have been funnier if he was just in the back of the crowd going, "What if it was Reed?"
Yeah. Yes.
And
that would be great.
He does the next best thing and be like, "Hey, what if it was Reed?" And everyone's like, "You're right. He's not here to defend himself.
He's
what
in
if
an
it was Reed?
undisclosed location.
If
He's
they
on
didn't-
Murder Island."
If they didn't make it so obvious that it was Bob, like it's so clearly Bob, like having the owner leave at a place he can't be reached, it
Mm-hmm.
makes sense that it would be him.
Yeah, until you find out that Bob bought him this undisclosed
That's right.
vacation.
And then it's so clearly Bob, which is not nearly as fun.
And my favorite is like, things I didn't quite notice the one other time I've seen this movie is when the girls show up for their first day of work. He looks like he's just doing accounting, but he's acting so shady. Like they walk into Bob's office, like, "Hey, we're here," and he's just like, "Oh my gosh, why are you on time?" And it just like shuts his computer off.
Yeah.
Nah,
nothing to see here.
And I'm like, they can't see your screen, Bob. B, what are they going to notice in the 10 seconds they're in your office? Like, they're not going to read that spreadsheet.
They're not
Like,
gonna
you just
read
looked more suspicious.
Yeah. So it is now up to the girls to come up with a plan to save
Yeah.
the dairy plant, all the jobs for the people that are working. And so Taylor has an idea.
When factories are in trouble, it's up to the 15-year-olds.
It is. It's up to them. Well, because Dad Reed's gone. Bob is now gone.
Yeah.
It's up to them. And so
Save the day.
Taylor has an idea where they can get some money to kind of keep things going because the employees are refusing to work without pay.
Weird.
That's crazy. That's
I mean, I
unbelievable.
don't get paid and I still show up here.
Yeah, no, you work for free. We interviewed you as a volunteer position
exactly
from the get-go.
Yes. And she asked Courtney if she would be okay if they use her party money to pay for the employees' paychecks. Now, Courtney and some of her friends are having a cotillion, I believe, cotillion
Yeah.
party. And they have $20,000 set aside for said party. Courtney's not having it. She says, "This is my party, and I will still have it if I want to." But Taylor,
You got to have a party. Nothing has changed. There's absolutely no outside circumstances that would
why do
change.
you?
None.
Why do you get the cotillion
Yeah.
but not I?
Yeah.
It's a good question. Taylor takes the money anyway. So what can you do? Big fight begins.
Which Taylor's on the account.
Yeah.
It's her. So Courtney's not on the account. Taylor and her dad are on the account. But as like a 15, 16-year-old, you could just walk into a bank and withdraw
$20,000 in the year of our Lord 2006. Get out of here.
I'm just now like,
no way, no how.
because
I'll
I
take
was
the
thinking like,
20K large, please.
Small bills. I'm
because
just
I'm thinking like, oh, if she had like the credit card, like I guess she could just, but like no,
she goes to a bank.
Yeah, she had to go to
and
the
gets
bank.
a check. I believe she gets a cashier's check
Yeah.
from the bank for the dairy place. That is
I
what happens.
have a lot of questions about this town, River City.
What? Get out of here.
Yeah. So
It only makes sense if it's the same River City that I believe Music Man takes place in, because
Yeah,
I think
I'm
they're
sure it
really
is.
they're really trusting there.
Yeah. Just whatever.
so they are now in big fight. They're not talking.
Yeah.
All that stuff. Taylor also is hanging
We only
out
have
with
$20,000 left to our family name, and
That's right.
I wanted a party with lobster.
Better than paying.
Cotillion. Taylor's also hanging out with Hot Jackson some more. She is there to bear witness to the birth of baby cow, also known as calf.
I just don't love that.
I guess I should have said cow witness because it's not a bear.
You know how on Deck the Hallmark you sometimes get a skip?
Yeah.
I know we're mid-episode, but
Use my skip.
That's not a good use of your skip. It's honestly a waste of a skip. And
know.
so the cow gives birth. Somehow her clothes change, and they begin.
she's in Jackson's
She's
clothes.
in Jackson's clothes. What
It's above board, guys.
It's all above board.
It's above board.
What happened?
She had no part of the cow birth.
No, she was
Jackson,
no,
it
witness.
just is
Jackson,
one of these
she was
things
just
that
she was just a
happens.
witness.
She
Jackson,
bore witness.
She bore
Jackson
witness.
did help with the delivery. His clothes spotless. Her, she needs some basketball shorts.
She needs some b-ball shorts.
I also think it's important to
And
note that cow's also not a boar. So they go for a walk.
I just hate you.
They kiss.
I don't think using your skip now is a bad
No.
idea.
It's big fun. So Courtney still very mad at Taylor. She tells Taylor to basically forget that she exists.
Yep.
Wow.
Taylor tries to make up with her while she's on the yogurt line. And they get interrupted while this is happening. Apparently, a big freezer broke or something like that.
Yes.
And
Bob normally checks the freezers, but
Yes.
he's also MIA. So
and it's
to
at
the
this
house.
point that they begin to suspect that possibly Bob is behind this whole thing.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. The fight that takes place on the yogurt line, Courtney goes over to change the expiration date for the yogurt cups and is in such a tizzy of frustration that she messes up the numbers, but I'm sure it's not going to be a big deal.
no.
Taylor and Courtney make up,
Yep.
and
Courtney realizes that she is spoiled.
that's right.
She
She's
goes
spoiled.
to her friend's house. Her friend who has always been hanging around in the rich girl circle.
Sometimes
right.
it takes the entire collapse of your whole family structure and
And sometimes it takes one friend calling you spoiled, but she goes to her friend's house and her friend is wearing, her mom is making her a dress for Cotillion,
Like a poor person.
like a poor person.
like a poor.
and
like a
Courtney's
poor.
like, what happened to that dress at whatever boutique they're at? And she's just
Danny's good dresses.
like, you know what? I didn't have $1,000 to spend on a dress. Like, and Courtney very quickly is like, well, you know what? The dress you're wearing right now, even better.
It
better.
reminded me distinctly of Cheetah Girls and the one Cheetah Girl that is poor. It reminded me
Yeah.
so much of
Yeah.
that.
Yes.
Yeah. And she goes, wow, am I spoiled? And her friend's like, yeah, kind of.
Yeah, bro.
But like less spoiled than the other girls. You at least do care. And that's all it takes for Courtney to turn her whole life around.
Yes.
That's right.
So one thing that you need to know about this company is that there's a bluegrass band.
Yeah.
Yes. No. They
I
perform
can't
at
believe
the
they
lunch in the
perform-
I
cafeteria.
can't believe we made it this far.
Yeah.
into-
They perform
into
at
the
break.
episode where we didn't talk about bluegrass bands.
That's right. Yes.
And also a dairy factory that dairies together also plays hard together, and they have parties. They're constantly playing. They're doing all this stuff. So
Upright
they're
bass at lunchtime.
Yes.
Just a little.
so they are all hanging out one evening. There's I think some dancing going on.
I think it's they were celebrating making it through the week.
They
or
made it through the week.
Like,
Listen,
I don't know.
is it Friday already?
Which I guess if you're like not sure if your check is gonna, I guess
Yes.
with everything that's going on in the company, if you made it to Friday,
I do. It does feel like they're looking for any reason to bluegrass, but it's neither here nor there. They get bad news. The expiration date mistake is going to cost them big. All the stuff that the folks got.
The stores won't sell them.
Yes, they won't sell them because they're expired. They sent them back.
Yeah, even though they're not expired.
They're not expired.
They're
They put
not
the wrong
expired. That's exactly
date
the
on there
wrong
with the
date.
laser thing.
Yeah, so we got to throw all that out for some
Or we
reason.
can fix just the lids.
No.
But hear me out. We just fix the lids and save a bunch of money.
No.
Got to throw it all out.
No.
Well, the issue is they've been transporting that yogurt to and from the store in a non-refrigerated truck.
Oh.
So that's really our issue.
Yeah.
here.
So they're like, we're going to need.
I know it's a decom, but seeing them load that yogurt
And just like in a U-Haul. Basically a glorified
really
U-Haul.
just made me sick.
It's disgusting.
U-Haul yogurt. So they realize they're going to need even more help. And so
How many people do you think?
25 would be my guess. I mean, I
Yeah.
just am spitballing here, but I think 25
would
do
save
it.
the company?
Yeah,
25 would say the
And the
company.
machine's running at double speed.
Yes.
Yeah.
All night long.
They go.
Where can we find 25 people?
Well, luckily there's a cotillion going on. There's a cotillion still going on, and so they show up, and all of the people there are like, "No,
Nah.
we're not gonna help you. You're poor now, basically.
We don't help the poors.
We don't help the poors, and you know that about us." So they go. They just decide, let's just see what we can do, and luckily, Daddy Reed shows back up, and
I don't
he
think we need to call him that.
Just in time.
just in time, and
Daddy
he
Reed shows up.
apparently went to the cotillion as well, and they listened to him because he's a man, and they follow him down to.
He's a white dude with money. Come
That's
on.
exactly right. He's wearing tux.
Fair.
And they all begin to work together, working all night with the other employees to save the cheerleader, save the world situation there.
Oh, that's good because heroes and he's the dad. That was really well done.
Thanks.
Man, did you even know it at the time?
I didn't. I did know that he.
As bad as the moo and the farm area were earlier, or the cow area were earlier. That's as good how good that was.
Thank you. And so
You forgot to factor in the bear and the boar joke.
Bear and the boar. Yeah. Ugh. I
This
think we're
has
right
been-
around par. I
Hey,
mean, that
guys,
was a
if
really
somebody-
good,
If somebody could leave a review talking about how great I was today,
how witty his wordplay was.
that'd be really good. I can't win over here. I either stumble over my words or I word too much. I can't win.
But I'm really proud of you for trying.
Thank you. And so it is.
I'm proud of you for eating a cupcake and speaking the language you've known for 32 years.
Yes,
The
thank
bar
you.
is so low. So low for Bran.
That's exactly right.
The bar for men in general is so
That's true.
low.
That's true. That's true. Fair.
We have it tough, and so
You get it.
You guys
they
are
say.
exceeding expectations every day.
Yes,
That's right.
They save the day, and he steps up there and he gives a speech and he talks like just kind of. It's like, yeah, it was Bob, but we're good now. And
And we caught Bob and we threw him in jail.
no,
Nah, Bob just is
just
two sheets to the wind.
I left Bob on Murder Island.
Yeah.
He's going to get his. And so then he is like, hey, my daughters are the perfect age to marry now. And so he picks out the guys that he wants his girls to end up with and
This
asks them to
story
slow dance
takes
in
place
front of him.
in the Bible. We
Yes.
didn't actually tell you that up front.
We haven't even mentioned, was it Philippe? We haven't even mentioned
We haven't
him.
mentioned
until-
Felipe.
It's like, yeah,
No.
180
Felipe
BC.
is there.
He is a foreign exchange student who is
Foreign exchange student from
Canada,
France.
who's here for a year and working on the dairy farm.
Yeah,
That's
he's
exactly right.
here. He's come to see
But
the
also
sights
is
of
Dad
really
is
America.
not-
rich. He's
Dad-
also rich.
Yes.
Yeah, Dad does. Well, the family he's staying with is
Yes.
rich. Dad has been gone the whole time Courtney has been trying to date Philippe. Dad shows up. They save the factory and the world and the cheerleader and everybody.
Yeah.
And the bluegrass band ready to go in the parking lot. And the dad's just like, all right, Philippe, you want to come
Yeah.
dance with my daughter? And
Now's
it's like,
the time, buddy.
how did you
Yeah.
know? How did
You can
It's
tell.
very much like a she's been my problem for 14 years.
Yes,
It's all you.
finally.
Chief.
you just
Get
come
over
in here?
Yeah.
You couldn't reach me when the company was in trouble, but I was keeping tabs on the men in your life.
Yeah, you gotta keep tabs. The bluegrass band is once again there.
They're bluegrassing.
And they're ready to go, which leads me to believe that they ducked out early from helping with the yogurt to
I
set
mean,
up their
you-
gear.
you
But that's
can't
neither
do
here
this
nor there.
without. You can't. None of it works without
Yeah.
bluegrass.
When you
bluegrass
feel like
band.
it's
None
close,
of
you
it.
got to feel it out. It's like, well,
Yeah.
I could go set up now
Well,
so we can
I would
party.
like to
afterwards.
believe that they weren't actually helping. This is why they needed extra volunteers, is because the bluegrass band much like the band on A Sinking Ship, was just playing the whole
Yes,
time
right.
that they
Yeah.
were repackaging this
exactly
yogurt.
right.
Because how are you going to repackage the yogurt? Where's your motivation? It's the bluegrass band in the corner playing you through
It's
those
been
tough
an,
times.
it's been an
It's
honor.
the
I don't know what
inspiration
to tell you.
Yeah.
for sure.
And so the movie ends with Reed. He brings his girls into his little office area, and he's like, "The dairy farm is going to survive, but we're going to have to tighten down the finances a little bit for a little while." And the girls are like, "This is going to be great," stuff like that. And
He gives them the day off from
He gives
work?
them the day off. They don't need it. They wake up early, and they're hiding in the backseat of his car to surprise him and ruin the start of his day.
They got up. Both of these teenagers got up, got completely dressed. He didn't hear them.
No, he assumed they were
He
still
didn't
sleeping.
hear. They were just so quiet.
Well, he's in a different wing of the house.
yeah.
And
Can't be bothered to
they
parent.
say that
Can't sell that house either.
they say that they're coming to work and it's going to be great. And that was Cowbells. Let's
did
take a quick break. We'll come back. We'll break this movie down more, share our thoughts, make our list, check it twice. All that and more here on Decom Descendants.
Descendants.
I mean, I don't know. I just
You did great. I saw it coming and just let it pass.
You're like, it's not for me today.
I know my list.
That's funny because it's Cowbells. It's funny because it's the movie about the cows.
Yeah, I like to think I'm a bit of a wordsmith.
That's good. That's good. I got some letterbox reviews for this
okay?
movie. Do you want it? You want some letterbox
We're doing the
reviews?
best we can. I'd love some letterbox reviews.
Ely gave it 2 stars and says we are Allie and AJ stands first and people second. Ish says 5 stars. 5 stars for the most authentic French accent I've ever
Oh my
heard.
gosh, no kidding.
Dara says 1.5 stars. Parasite walked so cowbells could run. I don't know.
I don't
but
understand. that
Megan says
exactly,
2.5 stars. Needs more cowbells.
but- No, that's
I
a
mean,
funny
come
review.
on.
Funny review.
That's
Yeah,
good
yeah,
stuff
that's
right
good
there.
stuff. Yeah.
DYL is the name of this reviewer that just says 3 stars. Allie and AJ deserve an Oscar. Anna says 2 stars. They learned poor people have rights at the end. Communist propaganda.
Yeah.
And Kels says, this is the worst episode of Undercover Bosses I've ever seen. It's time for us to share our thoughts on the movie. Aaron, you had seen it before. I actually had not seen this one before.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
I believe, and looking at the date here, March 24th, March Madness was going on. And even as a freshman in high school, I was locked into that. And so I imagine that's why I missed it, despite being an Allie and AJ
Probably
fan.
second weekend too, maybe third weekend. That's a weird reason to miss it. Sorry, go ahead.
No. Aaron,
Yeah.
what'd you think of it?
There was a real fun period of time where, like, if you had a sibling who was also in show business, you somehow just got a movie together.
Yeah.
Like, we've seen that a few times on the Disney Channel. We've seen, like, Hilary Duff and Haley Duff had a movie together as well. Very similar vibes. Their family owned a beauty brand and they had to save it from something. I don't know. It was just like a thing that happened. And I liked Allie and AJ. Their album was one of the very first iTunes purchases I made.
So cool.
I know. That and College Dropout.
Yeah. Both have stood the test of time.
I don't know. So, like, loved them, was excited that they were getting a movie. The movie's fine.
So confident.
Yeah, I'm trying to, like, say this nicely without. I watched the movie once and then it was never a movie that I was dying to see again. And watching it now at 34 was like, yeah, this tracks. Like, it's fun in the moment when you're, 15, 16, watching these two together. Like, I liked them. But the lessons they learn aren't great. I don't love that an entire factory of adults is relying on a 15-year-old child to save the day and figure out money problems. Like, I know they establish in one scene that Taylor is good with math, and that must mean she is an accounting whiz and can save.
I think what you mean is she's good at bank math.
She's good at bank.
Oh yeah, she says bank math.
Not
Yeah,
just any math.
Yeah,
Bank math.
specifically bank
Yeah.
math. money math. So I don't know. Like, the movie's fine and I enjoyed it. Is it gonna be something I watch 50 times? No, I probably will never watch this movie again.
It's okay.
Yeah,
I'll probably never watch this movie again.
I don't know.
A rave.
I want to love it. There's so much about this movie, but it just kind of falls meh for me.
How about this on Wikipedia? In an alternate ending, Courtney finds a way to track Reed's friend who stole the money. I guess they mean Bob. The girls show their father the footage of him playing in a casino in Puerto Rico, and Reed alerts the FBI to catch him. Despite getting their money back, the sisters continue working at the dairy in hopes of one day succeeding.
That's a better ending.
That's a better ending.
It's a much better ending.
That's a better ending.
Because
the way it ends now is like, we don't get that money back. They are just starting from scratch, but then also like not really changing any. Like, I don't know, if you have a mansion and you have lost your entire family fortune, like, and it's just you and your 2 kids, and you don't have, like, they have 1 staff member, the housekeeper. Would you not sell that house? Like,
immediately.
I just
You would
move.
think so.
Fire
like,
the housekeeper, sell the house.
Like, they're just like, look, we have to tighten our belt while I make 0 changes to my lifestyle, and you 2 girls, again, after all you've done, you make all the changes. Like, no more of shopping, no more like new outfits. Am I changing anything about my lifestyle? No.
No.
But then catching Bob, like, why don't we get that?
I agree that the ending is better. I like this movie. I had a good time with it. I had never seen it before, and I found it to be quite fun. I laughed multiple times. Allie and AJ, per usual, charming. And I found it to be really fun. There's a lot about this movie that doesn't make a ton of sense, but at the end of the day, I don't care. And so I had a really good time. I enjoyed it more than I thought that I would. This is like very much
This is where
like,
I think seeing it before is a detriment
maybe,
to me.
This is
'Cause I
like
knew what was happening.
the Simple Life with Paris and like
Nicole.
that was like, I feel like big right around this time. So I'm sure maybe they were pulling from that. And I found that show to be funny as well. Like, just these kind of fish out of water stories are always fun to me. And so I enjoyed this. I thought it was a good time. Dana?
But you're also an Allie and AJ apologist. Like, just right? Like, that's the other thing.
Yeah. I mean, I'm into the rush, if you will.
Yeah. Into the rush. This is a really bad movie.
That was your best pun of the episode.
Wasn't as good as Say the Cheerleader Saved the World. The layers there were just better than I think he even realized. This is an actively bad movie, guys. It's just bad. These are teenagers who are asked to save an entire corporation. That's crazy. I think they mistake spoiled and
Dumb.
ADHD. I think they mistake those 2 things a lot, even though the kids are definitely spoiled. The things that show that they're spoiled are just distractible kid stuff. It's not spoiled stuff. It is a tough watch. The fact that dad cannot be bothered to parent tells you all you need to know about the movie, and then we're supposed to think he's a good guy. I had 0 interest in this movie. The French accent is laughably bad. Allie and AJ, you can tell that they are quirky and funny and fun and enjoy hanging out with each other. At least they did then. I don't know if they're still really close and hanging out. I don't know anything about them. That's a Decom Daily Minute
they have
situation.
a movie coming out. I mean, they have an album coming
they
out.
still perform
Okay,
tour
great.
together.
It's clear that they love each other and enjoy doing this. Outside of that one thing, the rest of this movie can die a slow death. It is not a good movie. And it is nonsensical in a lot of parts, from Bluegrass Band at Lunch, which I would actually give you as a fun decom hijinks kind of thing.
Well, I would love it if it was a vehicle where at the end, if Allie and AJ were playing with the Bluegrass Band, like tie in the fact that these 2 are on the Disney Channel, like they're known for being musicians.
I'm fine with some non sequiturs in Disney movies, as long as they make sense from a standpoint of we all are on the same page. This is silly. But this movie asks us to buy into the seriousness of Allie and AJ learning a lesson while also raising and be responsible for 6 figures worth of cash for business. And I just couldn't do that. Hard pass for me.
I mean, watching it so I saw this, I was 15. So I was about Taylor's age. And I remember being like, I can save an entire company.
Dang right.
And now at 34, I'm like, baby girl that should not have been on you. Like,
nah.
like somebody should have like given you a hug and been like, thank you so much for trying.
That's right.
But you're a
We can handle
child
it.
and like
Yeah.
you didn't need to like it just like she's when Taylor is 34, she's gonna be in therapy.
That's right. That's
'Cause
right.
she's gonna be
and
such,
then I
like-
was 15 and I had to save the business.
And I had to sell my car and
That's
I
right.
had to steal money from my sister and I had to then my sister and I
Yeah.
had to track down the crook all by ourselves because the FBI couldn't do it.
I mean, the worst part of this movie for me, and it's a problem that like Hallmark movies run into as well, is we just don't need a romance in this movie.
No.
Like, just let
No.
the
We get two of
sisters.
them.
The sisters
We didn't need
are
either one.
Their relationship is the one that matters in this movie. We didn't need
Now-
the French guy and the hot guy.
We
Brent,
definitely didn't need the French guy.
Brent, I do want to let you know as we transition to making the list that Aaron's going to go first, but Aaron and I both did guess where you're going to put this in your list. And I have those
We-
guesses.
we
so
wrote them down.
after Aaron goes, you tell me when it's locked and you're not
It's
going to
locked.
change it. It's locked. Okay, great. I'll let you know what ours are before you reveal yours.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds great. It's time for making the list. This is where we
Okay,
tell you
perfect.
everybody where this movie lands on our list, and if it is outside of the top 10, we'll also give you an update on our top 10 because sometimes things can change throughout the week. Spend some time in prayer, all that good stuff. Aaron, Cowbells, where's it ending up?
I first want to give an update. Cheetah Girls has moved down a little bit.
Good for you.
So right now it is at 18. I think it will drop down a few more, but it's slowly making its way down the more I spend in my war room.
Yeah.
I will say originally I had put, and I'll reveal the numbers in a second. I had put Cowbells in one spot, which is maybe quality wise for movie where it belongs. It did get a little bit of an Allie and AJ bump for me.
Sally Nature.
The Allie and AJ
Just
bump,
because I'm like,
of
if I'm,
course.
the final decider for me is which movie would I rather watch? And there's a couple movies where I'm like, it's better quality wise, but I don't, you know what I mean? Like if I have to choose, I'd rather watch Allie and AJ Up to Some Hijinks. So it got a little bit of a bump. Still not in my top 10, if you can believe it. But it is going to premiere at 38 for me.
Oh, that's with the bump.
It was originally, I think, around Pixel Perfect down at 44. But yeah, it was originally somewhere down there. But so they got the bump up to 38 just because I figured I'd rather watch this movie again than the Kim Possible movie. So it bumped right ahead of Kim Possible for me.
Fair. Yeah.
Yeah, and then no changes in my top 10. We've got Halloween Town at 10, Get a Clue, Eddie's $1 Million Cook-Off, Phantom of the Megaplex, Smart House, Johnny Tsunami, Right on Track, Cadet Kelly, High School Musical, and still number 1, Motocrossed.
All right.
There you go. 38 with the bump.
38 with the
Man.
bump.
I love that.
That's wild. to me.
That's right.
Okay. What do you got? Where do you guys?
Bran, I have you putting this movie at 16.
Okay.
Aaron has you putting this movie at number 9.
Wow.
To which I responded,
He better not.
he better not.
Yeah. I'm here to surprise people because I have this movie at number 20.
Okay.
Number
all
20.
right.
Which is right behind Miracle in Lane 2.
God.
And right ahead of You Wish. You Wish. My top 10 has not changed. Phantom at 10. Full Court Miracle at 9. Smart House at 8. Eddie coming in at 7. Cadet Kelly at 6. Get a Clue at 5. High School Musical, number 4. Motocross at 3. Johnny Tsunami at 2. And number 1, the greatest movie of our time or any time. Brink.
I love that we can still surprise each other after doing,
That's
what is
right.
this, 62?
Yeah.
Something?
Yeah. I thought for sure it was a top 20, and it was technically.
Technically, yeah.
Thank God it's
But
not
it's lower than we both thought.
Yeah.
So, and
Yeah.
I looked at his list and tried to
but I
gauge
respect
his
from-
reaction to watching it. I was like, well, he enjoyed this a lot.
Yeah. From Bran, I respect 20, in all honesty.
Thanks, thanks, brother.
I want everybody to
proud
keep
of him?
in mind.
Are you proud of me?
I am proud of you.
Oh!
That's worth being proud of.
But then you made that noise.
Then I'm no longer proud of
Oh, I'm going to eat some vegetables.
you. Did you try a vegetable, Bran? Oh my God.
Yes.
He did it.
Never stop growing and never stop
There's
pushing
also
yourself.
spinach in these cupcakes. I'm kidding.
All right.
I've finished my,
mind
spinach.
you, I did not factor in the Allie and AJ bump for my ranking
I don't think
of
that bump means anything to
cowbells.
you.
And that's why it's at 39, not 38. I have it at
Wow.
I have it at 39 is where I have it. Purely because once you get past 40,
It doesn't
below
matter.
it is Alley Cat Strike, where we have an active pedophile. Hounded,
What was that, Sweet Lou?
Sweet Lou, Hounded, Life is Rough, Halloween Town 2, Can of War. Like anything past 40 is utter trash. This movie is utter trash, but does have Allie and AJ having good chemistry. 39, right ahead of it. Now you see it at 38. Cheetah Girls at 37. That is where I have this movie.
I also have Cheetah Girls right next to Now You See It. Mine's just at like 17 and 18.
17, 18. Yeah.
Or 18, 19, whatever.
So what I have to keep reminding myself is we have 62 of these. So 31 is actually the middle of the pack movie. 31 for me has got to kick it up, which I am very happy with being the mid movie. Like that
Mine is the other me.
That is the absolute middle.
Wait, you said gotta kick it up?
Got to kick it up at 31.
Gotta kick it up is 30 for me.
There you go. Yeah. So I have the other me way higher than you guys though. The other me for me, I think is top 20. It might be top 15. Yeah. The other me is 19 for me.
Wow.
All right. Top 10 hasn't changed. Halloween Town 10, 9, Full Court Miracle, 8, Scream Team 7, Get a Clue, 6, Eddie's $1 Million Cook-Off, 5, Phantom of the Megaplex, 4, Mom's Got a Date with a Vampire, 3, Johnny Tsunami, 2, Cadet Kelly, number 1, by a mile, Motocross.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
We did it.
There you go. We did, everybody. Congratulations.
You all right?
How'd
You
that
all right, bud?
happen? I don't.
Everything okay?
It's not
His
broken.
stand just fell apart.
Uh-oh.
What is-
Anyway, we're going to be back next week. We're watching Wendy Wu, Homecoming Warrior,
Okay, if you say so.
starring the
Brenda
Brenda Song.
Bring the
Right.
song, everybody.
Yeah, I knew
Dan
it.
said that
Look
before
at
with
you.
me.
Big
I'm
Brenda
like,
Song fan.
come on.
Look at your Brenda song
It's
stand.
going to get the Brenda song bump.
Listen, it happens to everybody eventually.
Eventually.
Eventually, you
the
just...
charisma of Brenda's song is unmatched.
All right, if you say so.
Can't fight it.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to be back next week with that one. Until then,
Decom.
Decom for the best of your-
What was that going?
I don't know.
Okay.
Decom Descendants is a Bramble Jam podcast produced by Brandon Gray in the that Greenville, South Carolina Bramble Jam Podcast Network studios. For more information on Decom Descendants, go to the web, decompodcast.com. Go to the socials at Decom Descendants. You'll see all of Aaron's incredible recipes for the Delish segment. Leave us a review on Apple Podcasts for the love of God. And also, if you want to watch us watch these movies live, you can go to BrambleJamPlus.com.